I'm Audie.
Tyshawn.
Michelle.
Kenneth.
Minerva.
We're Verizon interns.
Thank you for inviting us aboard.
For making us part of the V-team.
For making us V-terns.
Now sit back while we take the lead
and give you the lowdown
of what our businesses did this quarter.
I'm Tyshawn with the latest from the Global Network and Technology team. We lit up 5G ultra-wideband in 4 more cities and brought it to the beaches in New Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland. We added 7 new 5G home cities in quarter 2 and another 7 early in quarter 3, bringing us to 47 and counting. Group Metrics ranked us highest for overall network performance and reliability for the 16th time in a row. We ran a trial with Disney Plus using our new open caching platform, storing the most requested video content at the network edge. Partnered with Honda to improve autonomous vehicle safety using 5G. Our technology team worked with HR to launch the Work Forward portal and supported a bunch of next-gen solutions like on-site private 5G, 5G Edge Discovery Service, Blue Jeans Telehealth, and My Verizon Online with Zenki.
I'm Michelle with the Verizon Business Rundown. We added 21 new 5G business internet cities, bringing us to 24 and counting. Launched Small Business Week in May and followed its success with Small Business Days in June to support the biggest upgrade ever. Expanded our relationship with AWS to include private MEC for enterprise with Corning already on board. And formed a 5G and MEC innovation partnership with Dreamscape Immersive. We launched our 5G Immersive Retail Accelerator program in London. Debuted Thor, the next generation in disaster response. And launched our new Advanced Secure Access Service Edge solution.
I'm Audie, and I'm proud to represent our consumer team. This quarter, we broke the rules with our broken phone promo and followed with the biggest upgrade ever.
We want to give every customer a new 5G phone on us.
We added Apple Arcade and Google Play Pass to our mix and match plans, giving our customers more of what they want. Offered discounts on accessories to those that are vaccinated and those who serve. And government-backed discounts for customers with hardships via the emergency broadband benefit. We added great new travel and gift card rewards to our Verizon Visa card, debuted Verizon Family Money to help kids to become financially savvy, and protected customers from 13 billion robocalls and counting.
I'm Kenneth, here to tell you that our media group delivered double-digit growth for the 3rd straight quarter. A record number of advertisers spent over $1 million in ad dollars as brands continue to invest in our unified ad offerings. Demand-side platform continued its strong performance. Emerging formats like connected TV and digital out-of-home saw exponential growth. Consumer commerce and premium subscriptions continued to grow. Premium subscriptions growth was driven by Yahoo Plus, a collection of subscriptions with enhanced benefits and perks. Our momentum for the quarter was accelerated by the strategic partnerships with Vizio, Condé Nast, and by the upcoming acquisition by Apollo, which is expected to unlock even more revenue streams.
I'm Minerva with the latest on the amazing V-team culture.
As a part of Citizen Verizon, we announced new sustainability initiatives and a new social impact program called Forward for a Good Accelerator. We launched Talent GPS, a platform to help us drive our careers. Published our human capital report on how we support the V-team. Continued our racial justice efforts by honoring George Floyd, Juneteenth, and learning how we can all make a difference. Stood with our India V-team family as they coped with the rise in COVID. We championed Asian American and Pacific Islander heritage, military awareness, mental health awareness, and Pride Month. We're selected top of the list for the best places to work for multicultural women and ranked 7 in Fortune's top 20 companies for diversity and inclusion.
We are the V-team.
We are the V-team.
We are the V-terns.
And we're proud to be part of a team that's moving the world forward together.
And with that, we say welcome to our 2Q earnings webcast live from Bryant Park, the heart of New York City, we are going to talk about all that our interns, our V-terns, talked about proudly. Thank you to our interns. We'll be catching up with Audie in just a little bit, but I just want to show you just the depth of today's show. We are live here, of course, in Bryant Park, New York City, across from our 1095 offices. We are also in Basking Ridge. Audie is there waiting for your questions to be answered. We are also across the street. We're going to be going across the street, meeting with our leaders at our offices at 1095 as well. And you can see the crowd. That is not the Deer District in Milwaukee. That is Basking Ridge. The team is there ready to watch our webcast. And with that, let's bring in Mr. Hans Vestberg, our leader. Quite the video there. Lots to talk about.
Yeah, it seems that it's getting longer and longer, but I guess it depends on how much we have actually achieved in the second quarter. I think we all should be proud of that. So now I was standing here looking at it as well, and you know, there's so many people in our organization that contribute to this quarter. It's just amazing.
It is awesome. We're looking forward to hearing your thoughts on the earnings results. Now, we're in the store.
Yeah,
and
we're in the store. Great store.
BP team, they're fantastic. And I'm going to do a little shopping because we've got a giveaway. We're going to give away some accessories. So take the survey. I'll remind you at the end of the show here. But if you don't mind, I'm going to just kind of step away, do a little shopping.
Yeah, take your time because I'm going to speak for quite a while.
Great, wonderful. All right, let's do a little shopping. I'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you. Hi, all V-teamers. It's good to be back to Up to Speed. I always thank the Up to Speed team for inviting me, and it's of course important to be here today with the earnings call. And I would like to start where I always start, you know, thinking about the situation we have around the world and in different places. It's actually, or not actually, it is a pandemic still. Here in the US, of course, the things has improved quite dramatically the last, I would say, quarter when it comes to economy, people starting getting out again. But there are many places on this planet that is not that good anymore at this moment on the pandemic. So I just shout out to all the V-teamers all around the world, follow the procedures and policies, take care of yourself and the families. This pandemic is something we've never seen in our generation. So continue with that. So I send my best regards to all of you and take care. I think that's so important. When we talk about the second quarter, you saw, I mean, we have done so much in the quarter, launched new products, done transactions, and of course, rolled out networks. But if I look at it, I mean, Consumer Group had a great quarter. We see the traction coming back in the stores. Ronan and the team took the liberty together with us, of course, thinking about what can we do for our customers, a couple of very exciting offerings to our customers. And I just spoke to the people here in this store, and they see both the different offerings we've had with the broken screen and the biggest upgrade ever. Both of them were doing very well. So and that turned out to be great numbers, both from operationally and financially. And then we also saw that we continue on that differentiation for our consumers, not only having the best network and having the best distribution. We also have the differentiation with mix and match, adding in new type of opportunities like this quarter we're adding in the gaming. I think our team has done fantastic on that area. On the Verizon Business Group, I think they continue with the transformation and doing a great job. A lot of new exciting areas. We're going into 5G mobile edge compute, the fixed wireless access, which is called business internet. Some headwinds in the Business Group that we're know about, which of course is the wireline. I would say hard work there as well, and great growth numbers, and continue to lead the market in wireless. And finally, from the business side, Verizon Media Group, of course. I mean, it's hard not to mention them today. I mean, they had a fantastic quarter with the growth. And this has been a journey for 2.5 years with the work they have done to put the product in the right place for the customers. And of course, now seeing the benefits from it. And finally, our network team. A lot of great work there. I mean, we are on the path for the C-band launch that we talked about, the 7,000 to 8,000 sites that we have talked about. The millimeter wave is now coming into play as we see more and more people coming into the dense urban areas where we have built the millimeter wave, both for capacity but also for an enormous capacity, and continue to build the Verizon Intelligent Edge Network. All in all, that concluded a good quarter, both financially and operationally. However, we have more to be done. We are in the middle of a strategy execution of a strategy that we outlined years ago now, but we are in the strategy execution, and there's more to come, and we're not done at all. But it's good to see when the results come in like this, because I know that we all are focused on doing that at the same time. So I think that this quarter is just the beginning how we need to work together, and there's much more. We have the competition, of course, around the corner all the time that want to take away our leadership. That will not happen. We will continue to lead this market in all aspects, in the business group, media group, consumer group, and the network group. And some proofs we saw this quarter that you as a V-teamer, you continue to keep that. So by that, I think that's a summary of the second quarter, a little bit from my point of view. And Andy, how did the shopping go?
Some great shopping here. I've got these great beats that we'll be giving away. Again, you take the survey. We're going to give away a bunch of this stuff. And if you don't, Hans, I was going to put it on your account there. So was that okay? Or?
I don't know. It's a phone calling here.
You know, that's probably a V-teamer wondering how to get these, and we were going to.
I don't think I'm going to take that.
No, we're not going to take that.
Okay.
But no, we don't need your account, Hans, because I've got my Verizon Visa card. Never leave home without it. So, I'm buying stuff. Oh, there we go. Brady's back there.
Buying stuff.
Buying stuff. Look at that. See, this is fantastic. This is what it's all about, though. The energy in the store.
Yep.
New York's coming back. People are coming back, and we are learning how our customers continue to both shop here, online. Lots of cool stuff. So, with that, we're going to head across the street to 1095.
Back to office.
And I believe Matt Ellis is going to time us. We're going to try our best.
Yeah.
Now, run with Hans. Obviously, Hans a little faster than me. We'll see how quickly I get there.
Yeah, we will be there. After Matt.
Take it away, Matt.
All right, thank you, Hans. Thank you, Andy, and hello, everyone. And as Hans mentioned, we got the opportunity this morning to report some very good numbers. And the reason we had the opportunity to do that is we stayed very focused and disciplined on executing against our strategy. All of you have been a big part of that. And we saw today what happens when we stay disciplined and focused and doing the things that we said we're going to do. And so we got the opportunity to report both good operational and financial numbers. Operationally, when you look at wireless, we had 275,000 phone net adds. That was certainly above expectations, and very good numbers there. And that really happened because we built up momentum throughout the quarter as we saw traffic coming back into the economy reopening, traffic coming back into our stores, consumers ready to spend again. We brought the right offers out there, and we certainly delivered good volumes there. Higher, obviously, year over year, but the second quarter last year was, obviously a very different quarter. The 275,000 phone adds is also higher than the second quarter of 2 years ago. So you can see that we had a very good quarter there. On the Fios side, 98,000 internet net adds. When you look over the last 4 quarters in Fios internet, we've had our best 4-quarter period in over 6 years. So again, executing on our strategy shows up in the results we deliver operationally and financially. So if we bring up the slide, you can see the financial results that we had the opportunity to describe today. And it starts with very good performance at the top line. Revenue growth of 10.9%. And when you unpack that revenue growth, you see it's coming from all parts of the business. Starting with wireless service revenue growth up 5.9%. And then wireless equipment up 47% on a year-over-year basis as that traffic came back in. So obviously very significant lift there. Fios revenues were up 5.4% with those adding those internet net adds as much as we have over the last year. And then Verizon Media up 50% revenue on a year-over-year basis. And as I mentioned earlier, obviously we're comparing against 2Q last year when we were in the middle of all the lockdowns we had across the country in the initial stages of COVID. But we really spoke on the earnings call this morning, not just against how we did against 2Q last year, but also 2Q19 against a more normal quarter. And each of those revenue items I mentioned was also up versus second quarter of 2019. So really good momentum on the top line across all parts of the business. As an example, the media piece, you said they're up 50% year over year. Obviously, a lot of advertisers cut back last year. They're also up 13% against 2 years ago. As I say, each of the areas I mentioned earlier was up against 2019 as well as against last year. And so when you have that revenue growth, our EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, and depreciation amortization, that was up 5.6%, in line with our service and other revenue growth. So really good to see the revenue growth coming down to the earnings there. And then our earnings per share at $1.37. Again, strong number this year, up significantly year over year. Our best adjusted earnings per share number as we continue to execute on our strategy. And that flows up into cash flow for the that we've seen in the first half of the year. $11.7 billion of free cash flow. And this is after all our revenues coming in, the bills we paid, the taxes we pay, etc., but also our capital spending too. Down a little bit year over year, largely because we had some cash tax benefits last year that were one-time in nature, but actually ahead of a lot of other the run rate that we had coming into the year. So a good number there. Obviously, a lot still to do as we go through the rest of the year. A lot of capital still to spend as we build out millimeter wave and C-band and everything else that we're doing for the rest of the year. So when you have strong numbers like this, it gives us the opportunity to then raise guidance. At the start of the year, we told investors what we thought revenue growth would be, what we thought earnings growth would be. And we had the opportunity today, because of strong first quarter results, strong second quarter results, to take up our guidance for wireless service revenue and adjusted EPS, that we now expect a higher level of results for the full year, both at the revenue line and the earnings line. So we're in that position because of our strong execution. Let's keep executing as we have been, and we'll be able to continue doing that. So then some of the initial comments that came in this morning from some on the street, and I think a good summary from Brett Feldman at Goldman Sachs. Verizon reported solid 2Q21 results that beat on wireless service revenue, adjusted EPS, and postpaid phone ads. The wireless carrier also increased its full-year guidance for wireless service revenue and adjusted EPS. And their bottom line view, we view this as a solid print, consistent with our view that Verizon can sustain strong wireless service revenue growth as it upgrades its base into higher ARPA unlimited 5G plans, which we expect to convert into sustained growth in adjusted EPS. That's a great example of what we talked about. Revenue, EPS, and volumes came in higher than the street was expecting. And when we do that, we obviously get people to take a different view of the company. A couple of other comments focused on Morgan Stanley's comment, the phone net adds better than estimates. That was a key theme coming through this morning. A lot of questions throughout the quarter about where volumes would be, and certainly we came in, we showed it better than expected. And then Michael Rollins at Citi, we believe Verizon's results reflect a positive industry backdrop as well as its proactive focus on multiple vectors to deliver favorable wireless service revenue growth. It's a key thing we've been focused on, is not just driving volumes for the sake of driving volumes up, but doing it in a way that increases revenues at the same time. So very strong results today. When we deliver the strong results, we can then take our forward view of the company up, look forward to continuing to do that, and we'll have the opportunity to have more great results in the future. So with that, Andy has managed to cross the street. Was the elevator working? Did you have to run up the stairs?
I mean, let me tell you, for my first live run with Hans,
yeah.
I thought I did okay. I was way behind, but I think the problem was I got stuck at a souvenir shop. You know, kind of do all the, almost got on a double-decker bus, you know.
You know, you're getting distracted. It's a shock.
Celebrating New York City. The city's back.
Exactly.
It's awesome. It's fantastic.
All right.
Well, thank you very much, Matt.
You're welcome.
And here's the great part is, just in the little moments that we went, you know, from across the street, you can just feel the energy. So, you know, I'm thinking about, you know, obviously the souvenirs, Broadway, and then I thought Broadway, oh, broadband. So that's kind of, did you like that for a segue? Did that work?
I didn't know where you were going now. I thought you were going to break into music, which worried me, but I think the transition to broadband's great.
Well, I want to talk about broadband because it is such a big deal for us, and we have a fantastic video to share, which Raquel is hosting. So let's go ahead and watch that video.
We've got a long history of being a network leader, and that's why we're here today to talk about all the ways we're changing the game for residential and business customers. It started back in 2005 with our groundbreaking Fios service, and it continues today as we expand our influence and offerings with things like 5G Home, LTE Home, and 5G and LTE Business Internet. In a time where being connected has never been more important, we're showing up in a big way. On the Fios front, we continue to win awards year after year. We just won PC Mag's fastest ISP in the US for the 9th time in a decade. And JD Power has ranked Fios Internet #1 in customer satisfaction for the East region for 8 years in a row. And we just upped the game again with even more flexible ways to enjoy the best internet and content available.
Customers always say they love the reliability, product that they know works, and that they can depend on every day.
My family has been Fios customers for 10 years, and it hasn't failed us.
It's nice that Verizon has grown with us. It's super dependable. The internet has gotten faster. Please never take it away from Belmont. I'll be super sad.
Our GN&T team is also working hard to bring millions the power of LTE Home Internet and LTE Business Internet. This is wireless broadband internet on America's most awarded 4G LTE network. And LTE Home comes with a brand new Verizon Internet Gateway router, the first home internet router that will be capable of accessing our expanded 5G ultra-wideband service using C-band when available.
One of the exciting things about selling Verizon LTE Home is giving customers an option of having a viable and fast home internet solution. It's something like they've never had before.
LTE Home Internet is about more than connectivity. It's about bridging the digital divide so people have more access to high-quality internet, which is really awesome.
And that's not all. We're now offering 5G Home Internet and 5G Business Internet in parts of over 40 US cities, with more on the way. This is lightning fast. No data caps or throttling, truly unlimited service that's affordable and easy to set up. We're talking max download speeds up to 1 gigabit, with typical download speeds of approximately 300 megabits per second. For school, work, gaming, streaming, or your business, 5G Home and 5G Business Internet is broadband built right.
The fact that I was able to do it all on my own in 15, 20 minutes was the easiest internet I've ever set up.
Whenever I'd share speed tests with my friends, they're like, wait, that's a real? I'm like, that's totally real. It's really downloading that fast.
Really, there is no comparison, to be completely honest. The connectivity of it all just working seamlessly is perfect. This is top tier internet for me.
It's like we always say, we create the networks that move the world forward. For us, it's all about creating future-proof solutions for everything that people are looking to do today, but even more for all that they want to do tomorrow.
And there you go, all we're doing with broadband. Raquel, thank you so much for highlighting all the great wins there. And you saw that Fios customer Miriam say, please don't take it away from me. Once they feel the power of what we provide, you know our customers are going to love us for a long time. And it really starts with the people on the front line and our techs and folks everywhere that are making sure that we deliver what we promise to our customers. And with that, one of my favorite parts of the webcast, of course, the Credo Award. We did a little something different this time around. You know, the Up to Speed team loves surprises, and with the help of Kevin's service, we kind of built out a pretty cool surprise for Mr. Ron Luna. You know he's getting the award. It's just when we were taping this, Ron did not know he was getting that. So a fantastic little moment here. Let's roll the video.
Hello, my name is Ron Luna. I'm a Verizon Fios technician in Chantilly, Virginia. Each customer is completely different. So I kind of get to know the customer and see how they're going to set their place up. and just really get to know them.
Hey, Ron. Kevin
Hey,
Services. How are you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Great, great. Hey, those were awesome answers. But the real reason you're here today isn't to do this up to speed video, although we may use some of the footage. It's to present you with this quarter's Verizon Credo Award. Congratulations. It's a really big deal. These aren't given out lightly.
Wow. That's awesome. I'm excited. That's great.
Yeah.
It feels really good.
Let me just give the big team a couple of stats on some of what you've done so far this year. You may know these, but year to date, you've done over 500 installations. There hasn't been one instance where the customer has required a subsequent dispatch due to quality issues. And a virtual perfect score on the customer feedback. It's incredible. Wow. So I want to give you a couple comments on what customers have said about you because it's pretty remarkable. Okay. He did a great job. He was polite, informative, and apologetic for the issue. Top-notch service. Ron was fantastic. He understood what I needed and how to fix my problem. He also put in the extra effort to figure out why my jacks weren't working. And the last one, I think, sums it all up, Ron. Technician was awesome. Any tips you can share with the big VZ team on how you do it every single day?
You have to enjoy your job. I really enjoy coming to work. I love helping customers. I love fixing if there's a problem, I want to fix it. I want to get them to stay with Verizon. I don't want them to switch to any other competition or anything.
Well, I got to tell you, man, your passion comes screaming through. So congratulations, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything you're doing for our customers every single day. It is very much appreciated. Awesome job.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Big congratulations to Ron there. Hans is back with us, and you can see in Ron's face, he was so surprised with the joy he has and what he says. I come in, I enjoy what I do, and the statistics show that. It's awesome.
No, that's just fantastic statistics, and this is what makes our brand so strong, because we have these V-teamers that just do an extraordinary job. I mean, the stats, are staggering. 500 installations, and with that rating, it tells you about you like your job, you serve your customer, and that was ultimately is a big difference, and that's a differentiation for us as a company. I mean, I don't know, I'm blown away, and I thank Ron and Kevin and the team for what they're doing out there, because it makes a big difference.
Yes, of course, and of course we always love little surprises like that.
Yeah, that was a real surprise.
Yeah. Like that phone ringing in the store.
Yeah, it was exactly that, and Brady coming into the store and shopping as well. It was things that we never thought would happen. You
never know what's going to happen here.
No.
And Hans, we are now at the portion of your favorite part, the questions. Of course, we've got Q&A, very special Q&A session here. We have Audie joining us in Basking Ridge. We saw the crowd. The V-teamers are back in the office. Audie's here with us, and Audie and I had hosted an Up to Speed on Monday. Yes. Audie hosted, of course, a coffee chat with you and the interns, and you asked the interns, hey, don't be afraid to reach out. And so Audie and I, we went ahead and we put a little Google form together. We said, hey, fill out this form, V-team, and let's connect you with the interns. And we are proud to say we have more than 100 V-teamers.
Oh, that's great. I mean, think about the interns. They're so important. They're coming here to learn, of course. It's virtual because that's how we work today, and gradually coming back. But I think one of the things that I really would like all the V-teamers to do is, of course, just take a chat with the interns, 15 minutes. Tell them what you're doing, because it's all about learning for the interns to get a great experience coming back to school after this. They've been at Verizon. People seem to be kind, and they seem to be knowledgeable. It seems to be a good company to work for. That's what we need to see, that they are liking it. So if you have time, give them 15 minutes, sign up in the Google format or whatever.
We'll provide the link in today's web story there one more time, and hopefully we'll be able to connect the V-team with all kinds of great interns who we will feature in the Q&A session here.
Yeah.
So with that, let's send it over to Audie in a lively Basking Ridge today. Hey, Audie.
Hey, Andy. Woo! Yeah. Hey, Andy. It's so great to be here live in Basking Ridge with the awesome V-team, and thank you, Hans, for those really kind words about our intern program. We are just so excited about how popular Give an Intern the Inside Scoop has been. It really shows just how much the V-team cares about nurturing that next generation of leaders. And so with that, I'm here today to present 10 interns questions. We have a great batch of interns this summer. And our first question is actually for Kyle, who's here in Basking Ridge with us. And Kyle, this question is coming to us from Corey, who's live with us on Blue Jeans. So Corey, take it away.
Thanks, Adi. Hey, my question again for Kyle. I'm on the 5G commercialization team working to launch C-band right now, so my question's related to that. With 5G C-band deployment being one of Verizon's most important initiatives right now and continuing over the next couple of years, how does Verizon see itself winning over our competitors as who has the superior 5G network?
Okay, that's a great question. I think, first of all, it'd be the people. We just saw Ron. We have a great team of people who are passionate about serving the customer and making sure they have a great experience. So we're excited to be executing right now on C-band. You know we have the world's best 4G network, and we continue to work on that. You saw in some of the information here, we have the best Fios network. We have the best 5G network, and it's only going to get better. Right now, the team is head down, making sure we get 7,000 to 8,000 new nodes out there that will bring this extra capacity and unbelievable experience for our customers. And oh, by the way, people who bought phones last year, they'll be able to use the C-band that we're putting out right now. So as soon as we're able to switch it on, the experience is going to be unbelievable. But it's always going back to what we do and what we stand for as a company and a brand promise. We build the best, most reliable networks in the world, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Corey and Kyle. So for our next question, we're actually going to throw it back to Hans in New York City. So Hans, this question is also coming to us live from Blue Jeans from our intern, Saad. So Saad, you have the floor.
Hi, Hans. I hope you've been having a great day so far. My question for you is, recently you've met with CEOs from many of the top companies representing multiple industries. What are some of the things you've heard, and what's still on top of their mind, especially as we come out of the pandemic?
Thanks, Saad. I went to a big conference earlier this month to meet many of the CEOs of different industries and our industry. I think a couple of things were discussed with all of them. I think we all discussed what is the status of the pandemic, how are they dealing with their employees. We try to share and do the best practice and learn from each other. Other thing we talked about 5G for obvious reasons, because many of them are excited about 5G. See, if it's an enterprise CEO, they are thinking about what we can do on mobile edge compute, private 5G network. It's a technology company. They want to know how how the adoption is going. So I think those two themes are definitely there. Then many of them are our partners and want to partner with us, and we discuss how they can partner with us. That was the majority of discussion. Then some discussion, of course, what do we see in the economy? Is the traffic coming back in the stores, in the network, what you see in urban dense areas. So a lot of things that is good to validate with the peers that I have across the country. So that was the main part we discussed. But all in all, great to come back and reconnect with many of these leaders that I'm talking over Blue Jeans the last 12 to 18 months. I was now face to face with. So it was just an amazing experience when you finally meet people again. I'm getting really happy, and I actually did some hugs, not virtual anymore. I did real ones, so that was cool.
Thanks so much, Saad and Hans. It looks like it's going to rain out there. I hope you're staying dry, all of you inside there. So our next question is actually going to go to Christy here in Basking Ridge. And Christy, this question was submitted by Michelle, so we're going to play that for you.
Hi, Christy. As a woman in a leadership position, what advice do you have for young professionals who are aspiring to be in leadership roles? And what steps is Verizon taking to support employee growth and development?
Thanks for that question. So a couple of things I would say. First and foremost, we're super excited that just about a month ago, we rolled out Talent GPS. And this is really a great way for all employees to get an understanding of what all the jobs are we have in the company, what are the expectations and the skills required in those roles. So that's almost like a map to help guide people through understanding what's possible. And then second, that's linked over to our learning platform where people can then figure out how to build the skills they need, both through on-the-job assignments and learning, as well as through some structured learning. And then finally, what I always offer is we have a robust curriculum of leadership development and other courses. And I think this is a place where we want all employees to be inspired to build a career and achieve their personal and professional goals. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Christy, and thank you for your question, Michelle. So next up, we have a question for Sampath, who's also here with us in Basking Ridge. Sampath, this question is coming from Jason, who submitted it, so we're going to play that for you.
Hey, so we've seen a lot of recent deals involving mobile edge computing, but can you tell us what's so significant about this recent MasterCard deal?
Hey, Jason, that's a great question. MasterCard deal brings two things together: the greatest 5G network and one of the best global payments network together. And we want to change the global payments industry. Now, 5G, as you all know, has very low latency, and we want to put that to work. What better way to put that to work than taking out friction in payments, both on online, e-commerce, and in real life? It's a little like cash, where you take cash, you give cash to the other person, and they take it. It's done. With mobile payments, it takes a little longer. You put in your card, you wait, the authorization happens, they do the fraud checks. Imagine if all that happened as quickly as taking cash. So that's one of the things we are really working with them, taking friction out of the payments process. Second is co-innovation. We want to bring both our labs together in Manhattan, where we will have our presence in their innovation lab and create new sets of services for us. Lastly, our global IP network. It's one of the broadest, deepest IP networks, and MasterCard's going to be riding on that as well.
Thank you so much, Sampath and Jason. Next up, we have a question for Ronan, who's also here with us in Basking Ridge. And Ronan, this question is coming to you live from Zaria, who's with us on Blue Jeans. So take it away, Zaria.
Hi, everyone. My question is involving our internet access. Good internet has definitely been worth the while this past year, especially being in the pandemic. So I just wanted to know, what is Verizon doing to make sure that our Fios customers are happy with their internet services?
Thank you for the question. I think, first of all, let's recognize Ron. It's people like Ron Luna in the team that make such a difference in delivering the service. But we have bulletproof technology. We have, in both our wireless and wireline, incredible products. But it's important that we turn those products into deliverable experiences, because it's what our customers truly value. And the way we've been operating the Fios business in the last year or two is to make sure that we leverage the whole of Verizon Consumer Group for the benefit of our Fios customers. We've brought the opportunity of mix and match, which establishes this principle of quality, experience, and choice in a way that really resonates with customers. And as a result of that, more customers have choice around what type of content they get and how they get it. And actually what they're doing is they are spending more of their money on better connectivity and having more flexibility in the products and services that they bundle with that connectivity. And of course, in an environment like a pandemic, the reliability, as that customer you saw on the video said, please don't take my Fios away. It is the product that people want. But really the key is it's a combination of great technology, great innovation around the product and service, and exquisite delivery of the experience at the end of the day. And don't forget, that turns into high levels of satisfaction, low levels of churn, and record revenues in the quarter for Fios. So a huge shout out to the whole team in Fios for delivering a remarkable outcome by our employees on behalf of our customers. Thank you for the question.
Thank you so much, Ronan and Zaria. Next up, we have a question for Diego, who's coming to us from Blue Jeans. And Diego, this question is coming from Layla, who's also joining us on Blue Jeans. So Layla, you have the floor.
Thank you, Adi. Super excited to be part of this webcast as an intern. My question is for Diego. With over a year of marketing 5G to consumers, what have we learned about talking to them and breaking through to them to make 5G matter?
Well, thank
Thank you so much for the question, and a huge virtual hug to all the marketers and comms teams in the company. You know, the word of the day, as Matt said, is execution, execution, execution. So I'll tell you 4 things that we learned and we know about it. First of all, being first matter. We were first to 5G, first to fixed wireless access, first to the iPhone, and that created an incredible foundation. Second, it's critical to drive 5G adoption. That's why you've seen us doing things like the biggest upgrade ever. We announced today 20% of our base is now on 5G. Putting 5G handsets in people's hands is very important. Third, we need to keep giving people reasons to understand and experience 5G. That's why you see us doing a lot of work with partners to create 5G applications and use cases. And this summer, you're also going to see how we are communicating the amazing work that our engineers like Ron have been doing to put 5G ultra wideband in public spaces across the country. Because as people come together after the pandemic, there's no better place to really experience 5G. And last, I'm going to say this, which is the recognition and making sure that we're helping everybody understand that in order for you to have a 5G network that is great, you also need to be the best network in America, period. That's what we were all just saying. And listen, when I think about it, we are now, the experts of RootMetrics have named us once again after 16 times best network. And then our customers, consumers, real people also agree with JD Power. So I tell you this, there's only one best network in America, and that is Verizon. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So to reinforce that message, this Thursday, as part of the Olympics in the inaugural ceremony, we're launching our new campaign to make sure that everybody in America gets reminded that there's only one best network. Let's roll the video.
We did it again. Verizon has been named America's most reliable network by RootMetrics, and our customers rated us #1 for network quality in America, according to JD Power. #1 in reliability 16 times in a row. Most awarded for network quality 27 times in a row. Proving once again that nobody builds networks like Verizon. That's why we're building 5G right. That's why there's only one best network.
Thank you so much, Layla and Diego, for that awesome video. Big shout out to my fellow CMO marketing interns. They're awesome. All right, and next up, we have a question for Guru, and we're going to go back to New York City. And this question is coming to us live from Sheila. So Sheila, take it away.
Hi, Guru. We saw that Verizon Media reported strong results. What do you see as your biggest challenge as you get ready to become a separate company?
Hey, Hans is giving me a big clap here, but thank you, Sheila, for the question. And on that clap, I would just say a big congrats to the entire We team for an amazing quarter. I would actually position that question slightly different, given the 3 consecutive quarters of growth we've had. I would say there's more opportunities than challenges as you look ahead as Yahoo, as we post-close, being a new company. I think one of the best things that's happened, I would say, last 2+ years is the foundation that we've created as Verizon Media, and that has actually led to a lot of the growth that we are seeing right now. And as you take that, I think with Apollo, and remember also with Verizon, because Verizon will own 10% of the new company, really we have a massive opportunity on growing on some of those foundations, let that be on the consumer front that we've talked about a lot, and then of course on the B2B, including ads and media platforms and so on. So really building on that foundation, one of the pieces I mentioned last quarter, if you remember, is now as you think about challenges, we are off the training wheels. And I think that's what we went through last, I would say at least in my journey of 3 years, which means there are challenges when you think about independent company. There are a lot of things that we have to learn and be self-sufficient. But that's also a good challenge because that creates a lot of new opportunities. The second bucket, I would say, is bringing all the employees along in terms of the story we have as an independent company and the future as we think to amplify the strategy we have. So all in all, very positive. We are excited about that next phase, also partnering with Verizon and the broader community as well. So I would say more opportunities than challenges, and all the challenges will be solved and we'll continue to keep growing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sheila and Guru. Some very exciting opportunities indeed. So we are going to go to Matt next, who's also in New York City. And Matt, this question was submitted by Tyler in advance, so we're going to play that for you right now.
Hi, Matt. Tyler Waters, FLDP intern here. When you think about our growth opportunities, what's top of mind for you? And where do we have the most potential? Thanks.
Thanks, Tyler. Great question. So as I think about growth, I think you may have heard about 5G. And so the biggest opportunity we have ahead of us, what's really exciting about 5G, this is the first time that we've had a wireless technology that we can produce not just the mobility revenue stream on, but also fixed wireless access, and then what we're doing in B2B. I think when we look back and look at 5G in hindsight a few years from now, we're really going to see the impact it had on the B2B space. So tremendous opportunities there. As you heard others people already say, we've already got 5G handsets into the hands of 20% of our phone subscriber base. Carl's team's building out millimeter wave and C-band. We'll turn that C-band on later in the year. As soon as we get that done, we're going to start driving not just those mobility growth even faster, but also the fixed wireless access. And then on the B2B side, Sampath has described one of the opportunities there. So many more across all the different industry verticals that our customers cover. So as I think about the biggest growth opportunities in front of us, everything we do with 5G gives us a lot of opportunity ahead.
Thank you so much, Tyler and Matt. So we're going to take it back to Basking Ridge. Craig is here to answer a question, and this question is coming from Harshada, who submitted it. So here's her question.
Which project implemented by Verizon has had the most impact in reducing energy consumption and helping the community?
Great. Thanks, Harshada. That's a great question. We all need to be thinking about the environment. As we sit here today in New Jersey with haze in the air from wildfires all the way across the country in Oregon, it certainly should be on all of our minds. So just to ground you, we consume different kinds of fuels in this company. We have gasoline for our fleet. We do some natural gas. But far and away, our largest consumption is electricity. We have a lot of buildings, and more importantly, we have a big network that consumes electricity. We consume over 10 gigawatts of electricity a year, which probably doesn't mean anything to most of you. But to put it in context, we will spend over $1.1 billion this year in electricity costs. So we really look at it in two ways. One is, how do we reduce that consumption even as we're expanding our network? And then secondly, how do we ensure that as much of that consumption as possible is from renewables? So on the first one, a lot of it comes from moving to next generation technologies. Our fiber network consumes a lot less electricity than our copper network. Our latest generation wireless is far more energy efficient than our previous generation. So as we upgrade the network to new technologies, our energy consumption gets better and better. And then we look at other things like cutting edge cooling technologies. A lot of that electricity is spent on cooling the equipment for our network. And then all the way down to seemingly little things like using LED lights, but across thousands of facilities, that makes a big difference. Then whatever we are consuming, we're trying to make sure it's more renewable. Those of you here in Basking Ridge are probably cursing me right now for the construction going on in front of the building. The reason the building is the driveway is all torn up is that we are installing solar panels on the roof of the garage. And so the reason it's torn up is we're running the power lines underneath the street to get back to the building. But we're also doing a lot of other things, and you see that at our facilities around the country. But we're also sourcing more and more. Over the last couple of years, we have sourced 1.7 gigawatts of power from large solar and wind arrays. I said we consume about 10 gigawatts a year. So if we're already sourcing 1.7, you can think we're already sourcing an amount of power from renewable that represents over 15%. So we're making great progress, and we are not done yet. You're going to see more and more in this space, and we're really excited about it. So, hey, and Adi, I just want to say, as I hand it back to you, I just want to point out, this is a little tip to you as an intern, Andy completely sandbagged you. He's in New York with like 4 people and no distractions, and he stuck you with a large crowd. But not only that, he offered us all free coffee, right? So So he gives us free coffee. We're all hyped up on caffeine. But let me just say, Adi, you're killing it. And after this, schedule 15 minutes with me and we'll plan your payback for Andy, shall we?
Thanks so much, Craig. Sorry, Andy. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for those words. So our next question is going to go to Rima, who's also here with us in Basking Ridge. And Rima, this question is coming to us from Kate. So here it is.
How do you balance the need to pursue new ventures and strategies with the need to improve upon or further develop existing ones?
Thank you, Kate. Let me expand the question a little bit beyond ventures, and let's talk a little bit about how we do the overall 5-year plan. I think if you guys remember back when we launched Verizon 2.0, we talked about preserve, strengthen, and transform. In the context of preserve, strengthen, and transform, we also look at how we are going to be generating revenue over the next 5 years. And we have a rough idea of how much investment we need to be able to generate that revenue. So that really is the basis for how we decide where we are going to be investing to then be able to recognize the revenue we need to in our existing business, in our emerging businesses, and then in those transformational businesses. And when we make those decisions, we're doing it to make sure that we have more firsts for Diego to talk about, so that we are not only going to be first in all of the things that he talked about, but we have a whole series of other things that we are planning, that we make sure that we are always in the lead and at the same time ensure that we are doing what we need to for competition. Thanks again for the question.
Thanks so much, Kate and Rima. As you can all see, we have a really, really excellent group of interns who are extremely thoughtful and came with some really great questions. But I actually have a question of my own, and this is going to go to Hans. So Hans, I know that you like to, after every webcast, leave your employees with 3 things to tell their families to take home to the dinner table. So Hans, what are your top 3 things?
Thank you. You're catching up very quickly here. You know how my procedures are and my processes. And one of the processes I have is that I think the V-teamers are the biggest ambassadors of this company. And of course, I try to condense what I think you should talk to your friends, colleagues, dinner, lunches, when you meet, because people are excited when they talk about Verizon. So this quarter, I would say, is a couple of things. Number one, I think you should talk about the contributions that we all V-teamers has done to the great result on the second quarter, but also mentioning, hey, we have more to be done the rest of the year in a strategic execution. I think that's really important because people want to be part of a winning team, and we are a winning team, but we need to keep up the momentum. That's number one. Number two is very much about what's happening in the near future here. We have so much exciting things happening. Expansion on fixed wireless access on 5G, mobile edge compute. We're going to have a launch of the C-band spectrum. And I think talk about that because we are not done. We have so much more to be done, and how we're doing this in this company and how aligned we are on the strategy. That are the 2 first things. The third thing, I think you should talk about that we are doing return to office if you're an office employee. Talking about we're doing a gradual coming back to the office, how we do it, how you feel about it. And also, when you do that conversation with your friends, colleagues, families, talk about our frontline team that has been out there all the time and never have been home. And I think that's going to be a good conversation. Those 3 probably takes you from starter to at the end of the sort of dessert. And then at the dessert, I have a 4th thing this quarter. I never have 4 things, but this quarter I'm going to have a 4th thing, and that's to talk about Verizon Media Group. This might be the last time, or most probably, they are part of our earnings call, as we're we believe that we're going to close around the end of this quarter the divestiture of Verizon Media Group. So why don't you take a couple of minutes and talk about the achievements and how great partnership we've had internally and how we're going to continue to work with them, and talk about all the great brands they have, the Yahoo brands, AOL brands, finance, sports, and all of that. I think do that. And then you have a full dinner or a full long walk or a run with Hans for 1 hour at least. So I think this is sort of exciting times, and bring that home. You're the biggest ambassador of the company, so please talk about it.
Well,
so much, Hans.
Okay, you're back. You're back. I thought I thought Craig talked about that. You might not be here anymore.
I was going to say, so Audie, the intern, asks you the dinner table question, takes my line, and you give him 4 courses?
Yeah, exactly. I give them 4 courses.
Give him dessert too? No. Audie, thank you very much, and of course to our friends at Basking Ridge and our intern team.
Yeah.
How awesome.
No, it's so great to have them integrated in our company, the core values, knowing what we're doing. And that's how we work as a V team. I mean, we want everybody to feel very welcome here. We want to inspire them as we're inspired ourselves of the company and our value proposition and our purpose.
This was an hour full of big wins, great quarters, but it was also an hour of great connections, the way that we are connecting with each other. It started with our team at Bryant Park. Thank you to the team there. And of course, we have the accessories. We have all kinds of great accessories. So please, a reminder to take the survey. You'll be entered for a chance to win those accessories. And Hans, I know before we close out, I know you had mentioned before that you didn't want to just do the virtual hug. There we go. I got the hug from the CEO. Yeah, woo! Hans, thank you very much. And I want to close with this. Gratitude is something that we've all been thinking about when it comes to who we are as a team and who we'd like to thank for a great quarter. And you, as the chairman of the board, meet with our board of directors once a month. And something happened at one of our recent meetings that really struck you by surprise. And I wanted you to share that with our V team.
No, we had a board meeting and they were talking about the company and what we're doing. And one of the board members said that, they wanted to thank the executive team, of course. But they wanted to extend that. They said that how can we reach out to all the V-teamers and thank them? That's what they asked, and we were a little bit taken by surprise because they have been following us very closely, and we have had the cadence of board meetings much more frequent than ever during the pandemic because of the things that are happening and seeing that they understand how we're operating in the company. So now we were taken by surprise by that, but as a chairman of the board, I took a very executive decision to see that they could do that.
So with that, on behalf of all of our leaders, our intern team, our V team, we just want to thank all of you for being a part of our webcast here. And as Hans mentioned, this webcast is full of surprises. We have one last surprise. Yeah. So here's the surprise from our board of directors. Have a good one.
If I had one word to describe the V team over the past 18 months, it would be heroic.
Inspiring.
Courageous.
Extraordinary.
Determined. Champions.
I think the things that most impressed me, you put into action things for the communities that we serve. Financial health was addressed, mental health was addressed. That made a real difference.
Really pulling together all the work processes so that everyone could work from home and really continue to deliver the business in a way that made sense during these difficult times.
The ingenuity, the way that we were able to still get out and do installs in customer homes, to come up with touchless ways to make that happen.
We had many frontline people who were absolutely required to work out in the field to keep our network operational. The way our V-teamers in the retail space stepped forward and kept our stores open that could be open, kept servicing customers' needs. Our customer support people who were inundated with all kinds of challenges that our customers were facing, and yet still managed to respond while they managed everything else going on in their lives.
For the V team to be able to step up when we needed them to step up and go above and beyond the call of duty, I am so impressed with that. It's like nothing I've ever seen in my career.
We didn't miss a beat. The financial performance was excellent, but most importantly, how you took care of each other. Just truly extraordinary.
Thank you for being there, for showing up, in the face of crisis.
For being such a very special team.
For representing Verizon so well.
Thank you to your families who supported you. This was a team effort.
Thank you for all you've done for our stakeholders, for our business, and for each other.
Thank you for really caring about our communities. People went through a really difficult time in this last 18 months, and I've never seen a team stand up the way the Verizon team did.
Can't tell you how appreciative we are of your effort.
It meant the world to all of us on the board to see how committed you all were.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, V-teamers.